And Paul,
Yes.
I want your comment on this because Gino and I have been tooting the horn for almost 6 months because everybody's been nilly-willy about talking about the bottoming of the market. And Gino and I study it like a hawk, and I know you do too, as the manager of True Realty. And we've been saying for about 6 months that we're basically hitting the bottom of the market. Nobody else is willing to say it. They're a little afraid to jump out there. But today in the Wall Street Journal, finally gets some cojones and says, oh, yes, guess what? It looks like we're at the bottom of the market. In fact, 44 out of 47 forecasters now believe we're at the bottom of the market. About time they got on the bandwagon, huh, Paul?
Yeah, it's really amazing. It took so long for people to jump on board. And, yeah, there's light at the end of the tunnel, and I'm sure it's not a train. And it took some while to...
It was one, huh?
Yeah, you weren't sure. Is that a train coming or what? You know, everybody was ambiguous about what they wanted to do, what was going on. Investors were a little skittish. Things were going, sideways. And everybody was afraid to make that commitment. As us as a realtor, too, it's very, very important that we don't mislead somebody. We have buyers ask all the time, is now the time? And my answer was, well, as far as I know, and if things stay the same, it should be okay. Now, just like I said earlier, today's the day. I haven't seen it. I probably never will see a better day than today to get involved with real estate.
Yeah, and I can absolutely more than second that. The number one key determining factor for me, right, because we look at charts and we look at numbers and we look at statistics, the number one key factor for me is that nobody, I mean, I haven't had this conversation in months. I haven't heard one person say, oh, I'm waiting. I haven't heard that word in months. So nobody's waiting anymore. Everybody's acting, everybody's trying, everybody's looking, and hopefully they'll find.
A good point, Gino. So make sure you take action. I mean, make sure you take action with Paul. I mean, I've known Paul Gonzales now. We've worked together for almost a dozen years here. And the guy and his team at Troop Realty are amazing. They actually, whether you're a real estate agent or a client, you'd be very proud to be part of what Paul does and his team does at Troop Real Estate. I mean, Paul, you've worked out here for quite a while in the real estate business and stuff. I know you're having a great time at Troop.
Yeah, I really am. It's hard to compare apples to apples. I've seen all the companies, and they're all good companies, so I'm not saying that the other real estate companies aren't good companies, but Brian Troop runs a stellar company, and he does it by staying involved. His whole mantra is it's about the community. It's not how much money we make. It's not about our listings and our sales. It's about the client, period, end of story, and how to serve the community that you are working in, the environment.
I love that. And we preach this every single week. The people we bring on our show are absolutely the best of the best. That is a requirement. And also they have to be involved in our community. They have to be part of Santa Clarita like we are a part of it. Our offices with Cherry Creek are right here. We are accountable to Santa Clarita residents. Mm-hmm. We're accountable to you as one of our partners, Paul, and we only work with the best, and they have to be involved in the community because we live here. We live off the community. We live with the community, and it's important, and I love that. You guys, you have a list of different things that you do to help support our community, which is a beautiful thing.
Yeah, just for instance, in the last several months, we've participated in the Million Meals program. We have the Troop Turkey-a-thon coming up this year, and our goal is to feed over 400 families locally.
Wow.
Troop fed over 1,700 people last year, but not all over here in Santa Clarita. The Single Mothers Outreach, the Walk for Life with Kathy Iglesias, things of that nature. So we were really trying to give back to the community.
You know, that's actually really important because I know that being in this community and being just a suburb of Los Angeles, and if you look around, everybody, it's pretty much a middle-class community, and it seems like there would be no need out here. But there is a need. Like you said, there's different groups, different illnesses. Like you mentioned, Don, how we support children's cancer. Mm-hmm. There's people that need, sometimes it's not money, sometimes it's just support. I know that Tamar does a great thing where she did the blankets for the needy. So there's a food, there's a food shortage. There's a lot of people that are in need.
And I know you guys go over and above, Paul, because I really like it. It's not about just the commission. A lot of people think sales is all about how much commission we can make. I know with Gino and I and our awesome team at Cherry Creek Mortgage out here, it's not about just the commission. We love helping people. And I know you guys go out of the way. I mean, we were just talking at lunch about a story where you guys couldn't help the person, unfortunately, with their real estate transaction because of the bank really didn't have
Right.
anything to do with the individual, but you guys all stepped up for the individual anyways.
Yeah, they were trying to modify a loan and do a short sale. They thought they were going to be able to get it postponed. The bank didn't reciprocate. They foreclosed, and this gentleman was going in the hospital in 10 days. So what we decided to do is he didn't have the money or the time, so about 8 of us got together at the office. We actually rented a truck, and we actually helped him find a place and actually physically helped him move.
Now that's outstanding. You do not hear about, real estate individuals or teams stepping out of the way, and obviously, since there was obviously no commission involved in that at all, that was just purely you guys just helping another individual and just being good stewards of our community.
Well, that's what it's about. For instance, the other thing that we're doing is we are having a living trust and financial wellness seminar.
Yeah,
it has
of course
nothing to
we
do
are
with
all
real
about
estate.
that. Yeah.
Nothing. But it's so important if you don't have a trust or how to take title in your home or have a good financial advisor and not a mortgage advisor, but a financial wellness. You really, really need to do this. We're going to be doing this July 17th and July 19th. If you want to, please go to troop.com and log in. Go from there.
Yeah, I mean, I can't agree with you more. You absolutely need to take care of your personal and financial wellness, as Don and I say every week. And a lot of people don't realize that how you take title to a property can not only affect you if you get sued or something of that nature, but the other thing that it makes a big, big impact is on how you leave your assets to your heirs.
Right.
And the last thing you want to do is work for 30 or 40 years and keep the property in your name and subject to a huge estate tax and lose half of the wealth you created for your children overnight.
Overnight.
Yeah, so it's imperative about learning about a living trust, learning about how to hold title. That's great, Paul,
So
that you guys are reaching out for that.
Can I give a phone number out?
Sure.
If you guys want to participate in this, go to 661-347-0754. 661-347-0754. And that again is July 17th and 19th. That's next week.
That's great stuff from luckily we have Paul Gonzales here, and that's who you're great information, Paul. We love having you part of our show. Paul Gonzales with True Realty, their team is amazing. We love working with them, and we're going to get more pearls of wisdom from Paul throughout the show. We also